issue of election security. Joining me now is CBS 4's David Sutter. He's at the Fort Lauderdale Branch Library, just where Anna Fusco was, and on East Sunrise Boulevard, an early voting location. David, good morning. There's been a lot of back and forth this week between Nelson and Rick Scott. Break it down for us on the issue of election security.
Yeah, I think this all sort of stems back to the beginning of the month, around August 7th. Nelson made some comments to some reporters saying that the election voting systems in the state of Florida had been hacked. He made these comments to reporters saying that basically that they had free reign to move about and also impacting registration systems here in the state of Florida. Of course, that created a lot of panic. I was speaking at the time already with election supervisors about security here in South Florida, and they had heard nothing about this. They were shocked to hear about it. And so there started this big movement to find out what is going on. The department, state of Florida, has started sending letters up to the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, asking for a response here. They got that response this week, and they said basically that the integrity of Florida's election system is intact, that there isn't there may be an active movement to try and do it, but there hasn't been a breach of the system and all of this, and that they continue to monitor it. And then furthermore, the state has reached out to Senator Nelson asking him to give more detail. What are you talking about in specific? And there's been either it's a case of he's unavailable or he cannot comment because it's classified. Meanwhile, Rick Scott has turned this into, sort of a political advantage, I guess, in a sense, putting out even a release this week, a video sort of calling Nelson confused in all of this, that, he says one thing but can't back it up, and that maybe he's running scared in all of this and trying to create some sort of panic within the electorate.
David, talk to me a little bit. What's different about the Russian advances this year that we're seeing?
So, of course, in 2016, there was a large attack very basically focused on Democrats. We obviously saw the DNC hacked and whatnot and all that stuff being leaked out. This year, we found out actually this week that Microsoft shut down 2 clone sites that were built to target Republican entities. And what a clone site is you go to this site, you log in, and it's not really the site. They're getting your credentials. So what they're hoping, what these Russian actors were trying to do was get the logins for these Republican organizations and be able to get to documents in there. And this is the first time we're really seeing Republicans being targeted. Clearly, these organizations are anti-Russia, anti-Putin, so there's some of that going on there as well. But it sort of does play, at least the experts say, it sort of does play into this whole dysfunction theory, the idea that you want to throw off the U.S. government, throw off the electorate here. Let's say if they target House members to make the House this year go Democrat,
creating chaos,
and make the Senate
in other
stay
words,
Republican.
Right.
You get split. You don't get. Not only do you have a split Congress, you have a split electorate. You can bring up issues of impeachment. That whole debate could come up, and further creating the chaos that you want to keep, a government, a community, a country unstable.
David, thank you very much for that report. And it's absolutely true. One of the things I always remember Marco Rubio saying during the 2016 race was that right now it's happening to the Democrats, but it could just as easily happen to Republicans. And what David is saying, it may indeed be happening to Republicans.